Hi, this is Kirk Fletcher, and I'm here with my friends from Guitar Center, and we're going to check out the BOSS KATANA Gen3 Amplifiers. I'm a blues musician from here in Southern California. I've played with the fabulous Thunderbirds as well as Charlie Musselwhite and Joe Bonamassa, as well as doing my own solo band, the Kirk Fletcher Band. Definitely check us out. I've been playing BOSS products my whole musical career, actually, and the relationship between the company has been wonderful. And, you know, what led me to the Katana originally was during the pandemic. That was the only amp that I could play during that time, and I recorded with it. I've done YouTube videos with it every day, and it was just amazing to have that flexibility in such a small package. This is my own personal Katana 50 EX Gen 3, but there are many different amplifiers in the Katana line. You can have 50 watts, you can have two 12s at 100 watts, or you can have 100 watts at 112. And there's many others too that you can choose from. I got a lot of use out of the Katana Mini, but this one has over 60 onboard effects in 12 amp settings. The Katana Mini only had clean, crunch, and overdriven, fully saturated tones, but this, I'm just gravitating towards this push setting on this one. And yeah, I'd like to show you a little more about this push setting. It's fantastic. With the push setting, it sounds like a non-master volume amplifier, and that's where I really live because I feel like the rich harmonics are really accentuated with a non-master volume amplifier. In this, having that setting, I can really kind of play it like I'm playing any non-master volume amplifier. There are so many different kinds of things, but for me, I'm playing mostly blues, so I'm using a pretty clean tone with reverb. So I'm getting all of these type of harmonics and different things like that with this kind of pillow with the reverb, you know. So this amp is built exactly for that. It's amazing. This amp is so flexible. It has all these different effects built into it, but I'm just more of a basic type guy, and I haven't even delved into that much yet. But it's so amazing to have onboard effects, you know, and reverb is one of my favorite. But if you want a little slap back or chorus or anything like that, it's definitely at the click of a button. All right, I'm gonna give you a little demonstration of the lead setting on here too, you know, for solos and things like that. Is just incredible. I'm primarily a plug-in and play kind of player, but I really like to get it really clean so I can play rhythm and different things like that. So let's hear how it sounds. like that setting a lot because it's just a clean, full body type thing. The highs are not too high, not too brittle. They're just smooth. And the low end is really tight, which I really love because it really sounds great when you play those full chords and different things like that. And also I can do most of my work from the guitar. You know, I can make it brighter and get more of a tighter, funkier thing, or I can play big, fat, lush chords and different things like that on a clean setting. I can even show you, you know, how it sounds playing more of the clear, funkier kind of stuff. You know, I'm going to switch back to the push setting, and I really like this because it's like class A, B, and it really reacts like a tube amp. I really, really like that, and that's kind of where I live. You know, riding my volume up and down like your classic blues guitar player. You want to clean it up, you turn the volume down. You want to make it sing a little bit, you turn up the volume. This is a little demonstration of what I like to do. You know, the katana is really touch sensitive. You know, it really responds. Like if I play with my fingers or if I dig in, the amp really reacts. It's really great. For playing blues rhythm, I like to kind of turn the volume down a little bit. I really like to use this too, you know, when I'm playing Chicago blues and different things like that where I'm playing a lump. It stays really tight. And it sounds a little something like this. You know, the flexibility of this amp is amazing. I mean, I can play on stage practice or rehearsal or anything like that, and the sound stays consistent as if I'm in my bedroom and I'm just practicing, which is a fantastic feature. So yeah, full out 50 watts on stage sounds like this. Then you can turn that down to half power. And for your bedroom, playing, practicing at home, trying it out, you can turn it down to 0.5 watts. I didn't notice any sound changes. It got quieter, which is very inspiring to play when you're at home practicing. This katana is a monster for recording. It has a line out on it, and you can actually digitally move the mic with it and get different mic placement, get different sounds by moving the mic around virtually on your app. Also, it's good for recording with your computer too, because it has a USB-C connection on the back of it. So it's just incredibly flexible to record with as well. So far in the video, you've been hearing only the mics here, but now we're going to play through the line out. You can choose the different mics you want, a 57 or U87 or anything like that, and then you can choose where you want it. Let's hear a 57 close mic. Sounds a little something like this. All right, now let's compare that to a U87 close mic. The 57 to me sounded like it really cut and it really had a nice sound and it seems like it would really cut through the mix. And the U87 seemed really warm and fat. It was amazing. I loved it. All right, let's try a 451 close mic'd. I really like the 451. It sounded really clear and musical. How about hearing that far away? From my experiences, a little bit farther away sounds really good, capturing cleaner blues tones. It just has like more of a vintage sound to it, and I really like that a lot. Using a little bit distance on the mic captures that whole roomy kind of thing, you know, and it's just really a lot of fun, especially too if you have to record with headphones. It always sounds good to push that mic back a little bit. You know, if I had something like the Katana when I was starting out, I would be a kid in a candy store. I mean, it's just really so many features just to keep you busy. You can have the onboard effect. You can have real beautiful warm tone. It's so flexible and things like that. I know it would have been an inspiration when I was first starting out. My favorite thing is really having the clean platform with this amp. And I like the flexibility of it. You know, you can go from literally the rehearsal or practice to the stage and play and keep up with drummers and everybody else. It's fantastic. To find out more about the BOSS KATANA Gen3 Amplifiers, go to guitarcenter.com, contact one of their expert gear advisors, or you can check them out yourself at your local GC.